That's a dirty window back there. Jeez. Nose, mouth, hand. Wow. Hey. Yeah, I know I'm live. Maybe I should do that. Puppy, you there? Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. That's right. Got it. You gotta say what's up, pup. You gotta say what's up, pup. There he is. There he is. Hi. I'm not expecting anyone to join in right now. This is completely the most randomest random to go live. I've not gone live in a while. This whole entire live, I could be talking to myself. You, dude, right now that I'm looking at you, dude, me. I might just be talking to me. That's okay. That is okay. Maybe we'll go live for about just 1 hour. Hey, cool. How's it going, Jackie? And family. How's the whole fam? Hey, where you going, puppy? Where you going, dude? Come on. Come over here. If I start waving at the camera saying hi, he might come up. Hi. Wanna say hi? Come here. Come here. Oh, I just elbowed the puppy. Here he is. Here's the dude. You gonna stay right here? That's my orange juice, dude. All right, I'll let you. All right. Don't get mad. What are y'all drinking? I'm drinking some orange juice. Yeah, we haven't gone live in I don't know how long. So just let's go live. Let's say what's up. Let's hang out for a bit. Let's hang out before I start making dinner. It'll be a little bit late when I make dinner, but it's okay. I made I made an appetizer for the dudes to hold them over. So they're not going hungry. I don't know what I was going to do right there. How was everyone's Christmas? I hope it was just chill, relaxed. Ours was just chill and relax. Our Christmas day, Jason and I just went hiking. It wasn't supposed to be hiking. It was supposed to go play in the snow. Where's the crew? They're all in the room. I got one playing Xbox, the other one on his phone, and then the other one on the VR. When I do these live things, they go, all right, you're on your own. Actually, sometimes on some of these videos, they're like, all right, you're on your own. I went today to the zoo and no one wanted to go with me. So it was just myself, but I did a construction update. But yeah, they're here. They're just you might see one of them here and there go by in that reflection. They might walk by and grab. I think actually all three of them have their phones charging, so at some point maybe they'll come over and grab their phone. You might get a little wave in the reflection like that. But how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing awesome. If you didn't see and you're just joining right now, the puppy's right here below me. So I do got the crew actually, because I got one dog right there, right now. I got the other dog right here, Marley. Toby's in my lap. So I got half of the crew. Three of them here, three of them over there. But yeah, on Christmas Day, Jason said, "Let's go play in the snow." And I did tell him before we did go, I said, "I don't know if there's gonna be any snow, dude, but yeah, let's go." And we got there, no snow. Actually, false. I won't tell you, but make sure you come back. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's adventure is gonna be Angry Chicks, another foodie adventure, and then we're gonna do the hiking tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see, but we might go up to the mountains around the same spot again, because since it rained today and it was like a good amount of rain, it looked like up in the mountains, we might head over tomorrow morning to see if there's any snow. But there could be a possibility where it could have just been rain. No, on the app it said there was snow actually. So I'm still thinking about it. Still thinking about if we should go to the mountains tomorrow in the morning. I just don't like to leave. I mean, it's not really a holiday, I guess. Um, but I just don't like to leave the house on like holiday days type thing. If it's not leaving with the whole entire family, if all of us are going to whatever, to you might hear kicks of the wall because Marley's right there, right next to the wall. Um, but if the whole family's like, "Oh yeah, let's go do something," then yeah, of course, like we're out of here. But if not all of them are down to go or do something on like those holiday days, I don't like to leave. But if the dudes are like, "No, yeah, yeah, let's go," like, okay, not like forcefully, right? I'm not like, "Ugh," but does that make sense? If you didn't hear, I didn't make it. I'm drinking orange juice. Um, but that's what we Angry Chicks tomorrow, and then Monday our random hiking adventure. That was not supposed to be hiking, but it is. Also, another question. I know I asked in the. Did I ask? Or I just had mentioned that I know that we're doing a lot of foodie adventures, but quite a bit of you have asked for us to do more of these foodies, live blooper, more of these foodie adventures. And that's why, I've been trying to look more into these places to go check out, go try. There's still a lot more restaurants that have been suggested for us. One of those, or a couple of them, was Heirloom. Yeah, Heirloom. There's another one that I forgot. I got to look back in the comments of some other restaurant that someone had mentioned, and it was a gluten-free. Um, yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. We got a lot coming out. More. I just hope you're not all getting tired of them. But we have. Oh no, there was a comment that someone had mentioned that they wanted us to try like a gluten-free restaurant type thing, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't, I don't like that. But but I am willing to try, and there could be some really good stuff. I got to look back and see what place that was. But I know maybe they were talking about Heirloom. I can't remember. But if there's any other restaurants any of you ever could think of. I know there's only a couple right now watching, but if at any point in the future anyone watches this, you ever know of a restaurant that we haven't been to, please let us know and we'll try. I'm not saying for sure we're going to, but we will definitely try. Someone also mentioned Ho 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 Cafe, or maybe it's Ho Ho Cafe. It's a Chinese restaurant, but they also do breakfast. Or yeah, yeah, right. That's what it's called. I think. I'm asking you. How would you know, right? I'm the one that saw the comment. Um, yeah, there's a breakfast place, and it's right almost next to that fish market that we went to. Hey, what's up? How you doing? We went to the fish market in around like downtown Fresno, and then I think that Ho 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 Cafe is in that area right there. Oh yeah, pizza or burgers? Oh man, I think I gotta go pizza. Yeah, I gotta go pizza. It's just I don't know. Yeah, pizza. I gotta go pizza. What about you? What's your one pick if you had to? If I had to pick one place to eat for the rest of my life, that would be Juanita's. I love Juanita's. I've only ever featured it maybe 3 times in a video, and I've never maybe I have, like, quickly shown the restaurant itself. It's in Southern California, in Ontario, but I love that place. I love that place. When I go, I always get bean and cheese burritos, um, and then I'll order 80 hot sauce cups. The hot sauce cups are like that, and then like that, and I'll order 80 of them. And the people that work there, "Hey, how's it going, Horig?" Uh, the people that work there, "Definitely pizza?" "Yes." "Yes." Oh, see, that's another one. Yep. Hold more toppings for sure. If you pick pizza, you can have a cheeseburger pizza. That is so true. Yes, cheeseburger pizza. I didn't even think of that. So it's like the best of both worlds. Good thinking. That's a way around it. That's the way around it, like that. Um, but yeah, for those people that the people that work at Definitely Pizza, were the pizza's winning. Yes, pizza, pizza, pizza. Um, when I go down to that restaurant, Juanita's, and for those that don't know me, I've been going to Juanita's, that restaurant. Oh man, when since I was, I know their whole like family story type thing. I've been going there since I was 2, 3, maybe. So I know them very well. Uh, Juanita's is down in Southern California. It's in Ontario. Have I been to John's Incredible Pizza? Yes, I have. Not on the channel, actually. That's a good one. Actually, that's a real good place we should try because yeah, they do have weird pizza flavors. They have the spicy peanut butter. I don't know if you ever tried that one. I did try that one. It was interesting. It was interesting. And but I do think they also had a cheeseburger pizza. They have the classic like Alfredo pizza. Um and then oh, what? Really? The We got All Terps Matter said that my sister-in-law used to work for Curry Pizza. We tried the Curry Pizza. I don't know if you saw that adventure. I think about it was last week. And when we went there, I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but that's what I always do. I'm like, hey, look, oh, look over there. But we always go to these pizza places and try the pepperoni pizza. And I know that that's very generic, right? Go try the pepperoni pizza, but we try that because that's one pizza that I feel like most anyone would try. But then we have randomly picked like barbecue chicken pizza. When we went to the curry pizza company, I asked them, what pizza do you recommend? And they had recommended the butter chicken pizza. That one was Yes, that was a good one. I really like that one. The butter curry, right? Their butter chicken pizza. That was an awesome pizza. That was my favorite one from the pepperoni to that one. Their wings were really good. I hope that your sister-in-law had a good experience working there, and it wasn't a bad one. So I hope the curry pizza company does not have a bad taste in your mouth for like, nah, I don't like them, but I like them. But Juanita's, getting back to Juanita's, yeah, that's a place down in Southern California, in Ontario. And for those people that don't know me, that I've been going there for years and years and years, I always get a bunch of hot sauces. Anytime that I would order, can I get 80 hot sauce? And I always tell them, I'm paying, I'll pay for it. I'm not asking them for free. Uh, they always kind of look at me like, 80? You sure? So then the ones that, like, let's say someone hears that they're next to them and they know it's me, they go, yes, he meant 80. Like, thank you. Um, Herc said, I used to love me and Ed's, but everyone tells me they have gone downhill. So I'm not too much of a fan of me and Ed's. I moved here to the Central Valley in 2015, like mid 2015, I think is when it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like mid 2015. I tried me and Ed's and I was like, yeah, I'm not picky with pizza. I'll eat pizza. I'm not like a pizza snob. I'll, like, yeah, I'll eat it. But I will say that I will not say, hey, let's go to me and Ed's. That one time I tried it, I was like, okay, it's it is what it is. But yeah, I've never myself been like, let's go to me and Ed's. If we ever get me and Ed's, it's because someone wants it. And honestly, the only ones that usually want me and Ed's here is the twins. That's it. Lily does not like me and Ed's. It's like, no, no. Even when we get me and Ed's, she's like, I'm not even gonna eat it. So she does not eat it, but I do eat me and Ed's whenever we do get it. But yeah, I don't initiate the idea to go there. I always say like Little Caesars. I grew up eating Little Caesars. I love Little Caesars, even though it's very simple, nothing crazy, nothing fancy at all. But yeah, I have heard the same thing, Greg, that me and Ned's is not what it was before. I have a friend, Carlitos, that he had. I think maybe here and there he like put stuff about pizza, but he had a pizza blog, and he would go to all these different pizza places down in like the LA area, Southern California. And when he came up here to visit, I told him, "Hey, you should try me and Ed's." And when he tried it, he was like, "No, that's a no. That's a negative." But yeah, I'm not picky with pizza. I'll pretty much try any pizza. The one actually, there's one place where I'll say nope, no, and I suggest any of you, if you're from around Fresno or if you're not from around Fresno and you hear Bear Mountain Pizza, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't eat. That's one pizza place where for sure it's like nope. Don't even come up with that idea. Don't even think about that idea. Don't. It's disgusting. Um, the workers there, awesome workers. Awesome. Very nice. Very cool. Not good pizza. Think about if you've ever eaten um, let's see, if you've ever eaten a Lunchable pizza, you know, little cold pizzas. If you've ever eaten that, think about a giant version of that and then hot, like the same, the crust bread, the sauce. Hopefully that is not being too loud. The water thing right now that just kicked on. Um, the sauce, the pepperoni, not good. Not good pizza. I've driven by there and I've seen a good amount of people in the parking lot and eating there. So I've always thought, hey, I got to try it. No, that's disgusting. Jackie asked or said, you should try Mally's Kitchen. It's Hmong food, very delicious. Oh, yeah. Where's that at? Let me know if you can on Instagram, or you could message right now and let me know. but also on Instagram, if you could let me know where that's at. I mean, I guess I could I could search that up too, but yeah, let me know where that's at, and I definitely would try that. The thing with that, I'm just not too sure what to get. Right, I am a pretty picky person. Um, I've gotten out of that like pickiness stage of mine, but that pickiness stage I was in for 30 years. It's only maybe actually living up here is when I've like branched out into trying more. But yeah, oh, Hurik said the worst pizza I've ever had in Fresno was Hungry Howie's. I have heard of Hungry Howie's. Only not like I've heard anything of them other than I've seen the name. When I've passed by, I forgot where it was, but I have seen the name. Um, that's good to know. I will say I might try it just so then, to give the review of it. Do not recommend. I believe you. I promise, Hurig, I believe you. I do. Um, but I guess maybe that would be one of those places. Hungry Howie's would be a place that I'll leave, like if maybe if we got time, maybe I'll do that. Like that's on a very, I'll keep that in mind, the very back of my mind, of like, and that would be only to make a video, right? Of a place, not so much that I'm expecting that it's gonna be good or anything. I believe you though, trust me. Um, I see you have the same thoughts. Yeah, um, that I do. I believe your recommendation that it is not good. Um, that's hilarious. Uh, but I will. Uh, Base MDLO. I don't know if I said that right. Uh, have you tried West Coast fish and chips in Fresno? I have not. I've never even heard of that. But that's another place. Yes, I love fish and chips. I love fish and chips. So that's a place that, yeah, I'll look it up for sure. I promise. That sounds very good, actually. I hope you're telling me in a good way and you're not just like, that place. Have you heard of that? Don't eat there. Are you saying that it's good? Again, if there's a place that's not good, just like Rick said, Hungry Howie's, no, no bueno. It'd just be one of those things where we're just going just to give you all content. Okay, cool. Yes, awesome. He said you will not be disappointed. It's the best. Okay, I'll try that. If anything, maybe we'll try that this week. Actually, I've been looking for a place for good fish and chips. We went to that some fish market in downtown Fresno. Their fish and chips were pretty good, but I definitely want to try that for sure. Um, hey, oh, Master Sith, what, dude? No, Master Sith sent a $2 super chat. Hey, dude, cool meeting you at the zoo beer event. No, like it was my honor to meet you. It is my honor to meet any of you. You all are the most awesome crew ever in the world. It was awesome. It was awesome finally putting a face to Master Sith. I was like, there, that's him. I met Master Sith at the beer event at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and I was able to say, "Hey, what's up?" Like that's I love meeting you all. I don't want to sound too full of myself, right? To say that, right? But it really means a lot. This channel is only what this channel is because all of you. Like right now, what we're getting all these awesome ideas, um, even even a recommendation to not try. Like you have no idea how much this channel is what this channel is because all of you. I don't take any view lightly. I don't take any like lightly. I don't take any of you that subscribe lightly. It this you are the crew. Master Sith, I thank you. I thank you. Thank you so much for that. You have no idea how much that means to me. You are way, way too awesome. Thank you so much. Master Sith, for real. Dude, thank you. But yeah, this channel is what it is because of all of you. I go out and do what I do to hopefully put a smile on your face, to hopefully make your day better, to hopefully just entertain you. You know, I just love making everyone laugh and smile. When anyone sees me, I hope they're like, "Hey, that's that dude." Like, "Hey, yeah, it's you." But it was awesome. And honestly, when I met Master Sif at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo beer event, I was like, "Dude, your name is so awesome." My GoPro camera is called Master Sif for real on my app. That's what it is. But base Modelo, am I saying that? MDLO. Um, Fish Company is mid compared to West Coast. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No, I know there's no disrespect when you're saying that. Like, there's no disrespect. I completely understand that. Clam chowder. Okay. I'm not a fan of clam chowder. I'm not a fan of that. But if you're saying that it's good, I'll try it. Okay, I'll try it because you said. I will. I promise. Maybe some Filipino food. Just a warning. Some dishes there might be POC. Yeah. Uh, thank you for that. But I think like I don't know, like chicken or maybe beef stuff, right? Uh, would still be good, right? I think so. So I'll try that. Make sure you get the bread bowl. Okay, yeah, I'll get the bread bowl. That's another thing. Jason, he'll try it. That's for sure. He'll try clam chowder, right? Clam chowder. He likes clam chowder. So yeah, but I'll try it. I promise I'll try it too. But Filipino food, yes, that's another type of food that I want to try. There's a there's a food. I forgot what it's not egg roll, right? They don't call it egg roll. They call it something else. I forgot what they call it. Um, yeah, there's those foods. Look, I'm telling you, I'm getting you. I don't even know what to say because all of you are way too awesome. All these amazing ideas. Who said? I don't know if I saw that. Right, Corilu's Mexican food is next to Hungry Howie's. So, oh, breakfast burrito. That's funny that you said. Yeah, there you go. Lumpia. Yeah, thanks, Hurig. Lumpia. That's the one I'm thinking about. But Carrillo's. Okay, so I was looking for a yeah lumpia. Thank you. Those I saw those before, and so the reason why I didn't get those one time we went to an Asian market and I didn't get those is because I was like, is that and kind of like an egg roll, but just because it was called something else, I wasn't sure if that's what it was. So then I didn't get it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get it, but um, yeah, okay, that yes, I'll try that. And then, oh, nope, there's still, there you go. There's a little hand going. That's Jason's reflection hand. Yep, there it is. um, but Hurik, that's crazy you said that about breakfast burrito because today I was looking for a place before going to the zoo. I was like, man, I want like a breakfast burrito, but I just didn't know really where to go. So I ended up not getting anything at all. I ended up just getting coffee at the zoo. That was my breakfast. But I'll also keep that in mind. I'll go to Carrillo's Mexican food before going to Hungry Howie's. Jason doing those dance moves. There you go. I don't know where your water bottle went. Um, we need more of these live streams. Okay, okay. Uh, I'll do more live streams. Okay. You know, sometimes I'm just not too sure if anyone wants to see any live stream of me because sometimes or a bunch of times, oh, there's his head. Why are you growling? The puppy's growling. So the puppy's very like, if anyone gets near me, yeah, he's a jerk. He's like, he's a small dog, and he's like, don't get next to my dude. So he's a jerk. I know, but he is protective. Yeah, but yeah, if I don't do some of these live streams, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just rambling on, rambling. So then I don't know if anyone wants to hear me just ramble and ramble. I love hanging out with you. I love just the hanging out part of it for sure. I just sometimes don't know, like, does anyone just want to live hang out with me? I'm not too sure. Krillos is good, and it's become tradition to go after swap meet when I come to Fresno. That's a good one. Okay, but man, see, Ulrich, that's another great idea. The swap meet. I've been wanting to go to the swap meet too. Maybe I'll start doing that too. Go to the swap meet and then go to Krillos. But what swap meet have you gone to over here in Fresno? There's two of them that I know of in Fresno. I think that's the one kind of off of Clovis Avenue, I think by the 180, and then the one by the big Fresno Fairgrounds. There's that one, right? Those are the only two swap meets that I know of. If there's any other swap meet that you know of, let me know. But yes, like that's another place or another thing I want to go do is check out swap meets. But see what I'm saying? These ideas, you all of you are way too awesome. The cherry swap meet, okay, yeah, the cherry. Oh no, they can't see that. There it is. Hello. Cherry auction. The thing got. Hey, why is it? Oh yeah, the cherry auction one, Fresno. Oh, the Fresno Fair. Okay, cool. Is it gonna stay there? Yeah, it's gonna stay there. If it falls, sorry, Marley. It better not fall on her head.
Hold on, we should probably just move it.
So we've been hiding those. Like one day I'll hide one. Hurik said, "Hi, Yaesung." Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. He says hello. There it is.
There.
There it is. We've been hiding these. Like I'll hide one, or I'll hide 3 of them one day, and then Yason will hide the 3 the next day. Almost like in today's video I mentioned, right? No, did I mention it? No, not in today's. In the McFroster box, McNugget thing box video.
Really?
That one I mentioned that in cruises they hide rubber duckies in places. So when you're going on a cruise and you're like, oh look, I found rubber ducks. So we started to hide the nuggets, 3 nuggets every day. But yeah, that's what we've been doing. Jason's hit him pretty well sometimes where I'm like, dude, I can't find it. You actually have to tell me where it's at because I can't find it.
That one over there, that one got me. I was like,
the McFrost one thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I hid one down below and like we got a snack, chips,
it's
snacks.
like a pantry with no doors.
Yeah, pantry with no doors. It's like a shelf thing. And we got snacks and all this stuff. So I hid it down there. Base MDLO. I just started watching your videos about a month ago, and you put me on so much cool stuff to do in Fresno. I appreciate everything you do for your channel. My bad. I need my glasses, and we are here for the ride to the top. That's what I'm saying. You all are way too awesome. I always say I appreciate all of you. I appreciate. I thank you, but I really hope that my thank yous and my appreciation never loses its value. That's all I have right now. I really wish I can repay every single one of you for just how awesome you are and just how much you all truly mean to me. You all keep me going. I promise you all keep me going. And if I just get one view, if I get a bunch of views, it doesn't matter. I really appreciate every single one of you. I do not. I really mean that when I say any achievement that we get on this channel is only because all of you. I am forever grateful for every single one of you. I know how much it takes to watch a video. It's not just picking a video and watching. That takes time. It takes money. You have to stream the thing, whether it's like right now live or whether it's watching a video that we already posted. That's your Wi-Fi that you're choosing to watch us. That's your time that you could be doing something completely different, something else, and you choosing to watch us, you choosing to hang out with us means so much. Yeah, I'm forever grateful for every single one of you. I really, truly am. You all mean the world to me, really. And you all keep me going by just how much interest you have. I'm just a random dude. I'm just a random dude not knowing what he's doing, but I know what I'm doing because all of you. I hope that makes sense. But seriously, you all are so amazing. I'm forever grateful. I have the most amazing crew ever in the whole entire world. I know that there's maybe some other YouTubers that they got this, that, and that, but no one, no other, no one compares to what all of you are. You all are so freaking awesome. And I always say that, and I always say that because I don't get tired of telling you all just how awesome you are. Sorry, I had to get a little drink of orange juice. I promise. See, it's orange juice. Got to get that vitamin C. I was sick for a bit, so I was chugging down like orange juice and vitamin C complex. They're pills. I think so. I was just chugging that, drinking, chugging, drinking. Jason started to get a bit sick, and I was like, "Nope, here, shove it down your throat, drink it, drink it." gin, gin and juice. No, I promise this one's just the juice. This one's just the juice, with a little bit of Star Wars, but that's about it. Um, but yes, I am seriously so grateful for every single one of you. I thank you. I really wish I can repay all of you for everything that you have done and keep doing for me. I wish I can talk to every single one of you face to face. This is awesome being able to talk to you like this, and say thank you. But I really wish I can say thank you face to face, and hang out with all of you. I just, it means a lot to me, for real. uh, Getting all these ideas, the swap meet, these food places. If there's anything else that any of you could ever think of, please let me know. There is Jackie let us know also about going to, I think it's like Coyote Entertainment or something like that. It's like an arcade, and I believe it's the Tachi. Their casino has like a huge arcade thing that they built, or like a family entertainment type thing. So that's another place I want to go check out. Just we haven't done an arcade video in I don't know how long. Yeah, see, what was it, Jackie? The Coyote something. But I want to go check that out. Uh, we haven't done any arcade adventure in I don't know how long actually. It's probably been about 2 years that we have, and I really want Coyote Entertainment. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. Um, but that's where I want to go. I want to go check that out. Um, I actually also want to go check out Hanford. They have a really cool like square, uh, I guess like downtown square area that looks really cool. We've been there before, but not on the channel. I don't think so. Um, Yeah, I don't think so. I was trying to think. We've been down there to get ice cream before at Hanford or Pro something. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Now it's my turn to thank you for being so awesome and taking us on many fun adventures. You are appreciated more than you know by a lot of people. Dave, thank you so much. I've had awesome conversations like in messaging with Dave. Dave is an awesome dude. Dave, seriously, you are really cool. He also himself used to work at Disneyland, and when I heard that, I was just like, "No way! Yes, dude, you too. You're part of the Disney family." He was there for a lot longer and did a lot more than what I did. But Dave, it's always awesome to see a message from you. I really appreciate you saying that. There you go, Superior Deli. Thanks, Rig. I appreciate that. That's the place where I've tried really good ice cream, um, and I want to go down there to do a video of the ice cream and just that square area that they got. I think it's just like their city hall. It might look, but it almost looks like a courthouse. And actually, I think they have a carousel in that little area right there. So that'll be a very fun adventure to go do. And since I think we'd kind of be on the way there, it'd be a good idea to go to the Coyote Entertainment, because Jackie says it's an arcade, has bowling, a theater, and gaming. Yeah, cool. All in the same place. Yeah, that's really awesome. I really want to go check that out for sure. But yeah, see, like these are all just awesome ideas. A bunch of these adventures and videos have come from all of you, giving us some awesome suggestions. You all are the most awesome. I always say that, I know, but you really are. You really are. You keep this channel going. You keep me going, and I appreciate every single one of you. Um, yeah, Dave, is awesome. Thanks for that message. It's always great to hear from you. It's great to hear from all of you, anyone, even if you just say, "Hey, dude," I appreciate that so much. I really do. Um, I was gonna when I started this live, I was like, I don't even know what the heck I'm gonna talk about. I'm probably gonna end up talking about Disneyland as I always do, kind of thing. But um, we've only kind of barely touched into that. Oh, check this out though. Actually, well, so I kind of have like a aw type of thing. I don't mean to bring down the vibe a little bit, but Playland that opened up like 6 months ago is going to be closing January 14th. There's an official date where it's going to be closing. I haven't made no video of like my thoughts on why that's happening, because I never want to, because it'd be kind of like I'm bashing on the place. And I don't want to do that. But since it will be closing, it's kind of like, well, it's already going to happen. So there's not much I can do about that, right? But I'm thinking about that. Um, as far as I know, permanently, it's closing permanently. At least with the people that own or that have owned that, it's closing permanently. Now it could somehow reopen again if some other company buys it. I'm just hoping that, yeah, it's a really cool place. Playland's really cool. It's been around. It opened up before Disneyland even opened, like I think a few months before Disneyland even opened. But I think some of the problems why it's closing are pretty obvious. It's a bummer that the people that have owned it kind of are not seeing it. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping that at some point very soon someone buys it. I'm hoping, please, Fresno Chaffee Zoo, that they buy it and then they can have some sort of zoo and theme park, amusement park type of thing going on, like SeaWorld. Thanks, Jason. The reason why I'm not too sure if they would even do that, because I was going to get right into this next thing. The Fresno Chaffee Zoo, I'm not too sure if you are familiar with this. They need it more like, yes, that's been the problem. Exactly. They need to make it more modern. But see, like it's obvious to you, right? Like it's obvious to us what needs to be done. It's a bummer that um, it, maybe not that they don't see it or they just don't want to. I'm not too sure. Um, but yes, I was hoping that the zoo might take over that, but maybe they won't, just because there is a big plan coming, uh, that the zoo's going to have an aquarium. The zoo's going to have parking structures, not just one. They're going to have parking structures. They're going to have, as far as I saw, um, they are going to have a carousel, maybe some other little ride that they're putting in. Uh, yeah, they are in the same like lot. They're literally just right across that little street, not even an actual street, just the park street, right there next to it. It would be awesome. I was talking to a zoo suit. Well, let's call him that, right? A zoo suit. Someone someone up there. I was talking to them today, and just the thought of, like, hey, maybe the zoo should get, but it was kind of like, and maybe not too sure just because I got a lot of plans coming up. Jackie did say, or make it like it was before. It used to be free to get in, and all you had to do was pay for a ride. That's a good idea too. That is a really good idea too. Pay per ride type thing. That's what a lot of those little places usually are. You get in for free, but then you pay per ride, or you could also like maybe get a wristband type thing. But yeah, pay per ride type thing would be cool. But my thought was, and this other person also said, like, it'd be cool if they close off one part of the entrance, which would be the southern part of the entrance of Roding Park, and then they would join the playland and zoo property part right there. So then they could, not only can they expand the zoo, but then also take over the playland area. And I was like, that would be a really awesome idea. But the thing is, I'm not sure if they will be doing that, at least anytime soon, because I have to change the link that I have in the construction update videos that we do, because it's not working. There's another link now that I got that has the master plan. If you go on to like Google and you look up master plan, uh, Fresno Chaffee Zoo master plan, one of those things, there's one that doesn't work, but then if you go to another one and the page, it's like a PDF that's like 47 pages long. That's the one where it goes in depth of what they're trying to do. And there's supposed to be 2 new parking structures right where the parking is right now. Like I guess the main parking for the zoo, they're hoping to put a parking structure there, and then where it's like the overflow parking, where it's like dirt right now, that's going to be another parking structure. And then the entrance of the zoo is going to be pushed back to, I believe, maybe around where that cabin dilly is, where that cabin building, almost close to the entry or the exit of Kingdoms of Asia. That's where now the entrance is going to be pushed for the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. So the whole entrance is going to be changed. That whole area of the reptile house, the wolf exhibit, all that's going to be moved, and they're going to have I think it's like the North American like territory type exhibit area, along with the sea lions are still going to be there, but now it's going to be more, or I guess more like a West Coast type thing, like mountainy West Coast, that they're going to be bringing or trying to build. But yeah, there was something that I remember I saw a newsletter about. It was maybe a year ago, where the Fresno Chaffee Zoo sent us a newsletter. If you're a member for the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, you'll get newsletters here and there. And in that newsletter, it said something about an aquarium. When I first read that, I was thinking the Fresno Aquarium. That has never happened. That has been in the plan for maybe about 20 years, and nothing's happened about that one. But the Fresno Chaffee Zoo now is trying to get or make their own aquarium. So that's in the plan. There's also another plan that I think hippos were going to come back to the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, but now they might not. But some other animals are coming now to the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. So there's been things that have like been in plans where like, this is a plan, no, but like, let's change, let's make this maybe, let's revise the plan. But yeah, the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, I think in the next 10 years, it's not going to look like the Fresno Chaffee Zoo as it once did. It's going to be completely different. I'm very excited for that. That's another thing that I was talking to this zoo suit about today, just how I'm very impatient. Like I really want to see this happening very soon, but all that stuff takes time, and I'm not too sure if all of this is like concrete, like yes, it's going to happen. But I think for the most part, I think it's more on the yes, like this is going to happen. There could be some little things here and there that change, but just even right now what the zoo has done and what they're still doing is just, it shows that they're willing to make a lot of progress in how they used to take care of animals to now, like, just not just animals, right? Not just the animal experience, but also our experience, guest experience too, because the work that they've done with Kingdoms of Asia. If you haven't gone to the Fresno Chaffee Zoo yet and seen Kingdoms of Asia, like that is an awesome new land that they got. Uh, but I believe it all kind of started with the Savannah area, Savannah Adventure, or yeah, I think that's what it's called, or African Adventure. I don't remember, but the work that they did there, I think that's where like it kind of started, or I guess also with the sea lions. Um, but they've been making a lot of progress into making animal experience better and also guest experience better. I've always felt as though I guess the mecca of family entertainment is going to be through the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. That all the things that they've been doing, because of them, there's going to be more companies like taking notice. Like, hey, there's something going on over there. Maybe we should invest in also making something happen. I just talked about it in today's construction update that I I firmly believe that here, people in the Central Valley, people in Fresno, they love going out to travel, right? But we don't like doing the 3 to 4 hour drive to go to these places. And then for the moment, going to these theme parks, museums, aquariums, also for the moment, yes, it benefits us because, we're having a good time, of course. But we want something more that when we actually go to it, it's benefiting our community, our whole surrounding area. Um, we don't want to do those long drives anymore. Will we? Yeah, because we're kind of like, that's, we have no choice. That's, we can only go up towards San Fran. We can go down Southern California or towards a beach, but there's not really much anything that else we can do. The Fresno Chaffee Zoo is the only place that's year round, that they're open year round. And as of late, they've been making the progress, or they've been making the attempt to make themselves better, right? To make them the place of family entertainment, a place where you can just go and be there for a good amount of the day. Before, let's say even before Kingdoms of Asia, it was really tough to, I guess, be all day at the zoo. I can do that. I myself, I could do that because I could find any little thing and take my time and, like, oh, look at this, look at that. I mean, come on, I get excited. You've heard me a bunch of times on these zoo adventures where I get excited when I'm looking at the ground. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the ground. This is crazy. And I could spend like 20 minutes just looking at the ground in just one section. Then I can go to the next part and look at the ground and be like, but look at the ground here. This is amazing. But I know that not many people want to look at the ground or want to go around looking at plants there. So now with Kingdoms of Asia open, it just gives more time for people to stay at the zoo longer, right? So that's why I always thought if the zoo tried to bring in some sort of rides into the zoo, that would give more reason for people to stay there, right? Not to just make it like, oh, let's go to the zoo for a couple hours. It would be more of a, let's go to the zoo for a whole day. And that's what I'm hoping, that what they're doing now with all these plans that the Fresno Chaffee Zoo has, I'm hoping that that's what happens. People will see the zoo as more of a, let's be there all day type of thing, rather than let's just go for a couple hours. Because yeah, I can be there all day and literally look at rocks for an hour, and then I can look at plants for 2 hours, and I could look at the ground for an hour. I could spend my whole day at the zoo, but I know that that's very tough for a lot of people to do that. And then especially with kids, right? Kids can be entertained for a bit, like, there's that animal, cool, okay, like, let's keep going. There's that animal, okay, let's keep going. But if you are able to keep the attention of kids for a longer time, that's a good thing. That's one thing that um, for sure the zoo. I really do think that that's what they're trying to do with the new Kingdoms of Asia and with the whole master plan thing that they're coming up with. Um, yeah, it's I'm very excited for the future of the zoo, and I'm very excited for the future of Fresno because I do believe anything else awesome that comes along into Fresno is going to be because of the zoo. Um, yeah, because there's nothing else. We got football games, right? Fresno State football games, basketball games, but those are only seasonal, right? There's nothing of like consistently let's go uh, all the time there. So yeah, I've really hoped that the Fresno Chaffee Zoo takes charge and like let's bring in this ride, let's bring in that ride. I made a video of like I think I called it Dream Zoo is what I called it, and it was just simple rides that I feel would be very beneficial to the zoo. Things like a wild mouse coaster. Those are very compact coasters that can fit in a small spot, but still give an awesome punch of like it's a coaster. Or even some of these little, like it doesn't even have to be like some giant coaster, but like a wooden coaster, just a standard wooden coaster. That would be really cool. And bring in maybe, uh, well, that's right. There is Storyland. Storyland. The thing with Storyland is, I think the problem with them, they just need to just update more of their stuff. You could tell like it's pretty old. It's a very fun place to go. I love going. I know it's more for like the younger kids, but I still have fun going and seeing the stuff the few times I've gone there. But that would be that's another place that um, yeah, I think needs to kind of step it up. You know, um, I haven't been in years. My kids are all grown up now. Yeah. um, I with mine, I just hey, you're coming. You know, and maybe in the beginning of when we've gone to sometimes some of these places, even like sometimes when we go to the zoo, sometimes the kids will kind of be like, all right, I'm here, but I give them a little like, and then they loosen up a bit, start having fun. But Storyland is really cool. um, it looked like the last time I went to Storyland, which is maybe almost a year ago now, uh, would be, I think they were trying to remodel. They have like a pirate ship thing, and I think they were trying to remodel that, or it probably is now. So it was really cool to see that they were making some sort of effort to make that place look better. But just some of the things, someone commented that at Storyland they had like a Jack and the Beanstalk slide, and now that slide's not there no more. And I don't think that people lost interest in it. It was that the park itself didn't keep up maintenance with it. So that's why it was probably falling apart. So then, of course, it's not safe. So they had to take it down. Uh, Something I just found out with the train, possibly. I'm not too sure. I can't confirm it for sure. Now that Jackie says that about the train ride. So Playland and Storyland, or no, Playland, right? Playland, Storyland. Yeah, that's the name of the place. They each have a station, and I think Storyland owns part of the train. So I've always thought at Playland, like, why do you have to pay per ride? It should just be if you pay entrance to the park at Playland, then the train should also be unlimited rides. But I think the reason why, and again, this was another assumption of why it is. The person that told me this wasn't too sure. They're just like, I'm assuming that this is why it's pay per ride, is because Storyland also owns part of the train, or it might be that the train is from Storyland. They just allow Playland to use it. So I think that's why it's a pay per ride. So then they get part of the profit of the train, which makes sense, right? It makes sense. But still, when you're when you're just trying to go to the park to get on rides and just to have a good time, especially when there's nothing in Fresno really to do that, pay per ride on a train, you're kind of like, but like I should be able to just get on the train whenever I want. Because if you go to Gilroy Gardens, you can get on the train over and over and over and over and over again. You go to Knott's Berry Farm, same exact thing. You can get on the train over and over and over again. Of course, Disneyland, we all know you can get on that train. You could stay on that train all day. Um, but I think that's the reason why. I believe it's because Storyland owns part of that train. So then to half the profits of it, then that's why it's pay per ride. Uh, yeah, no, heck yeah, base MDLO for sure. I hope any information type thing that I give isn't just a bunch of blah, 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 and like I don't really know what I'm saying, even though a lot of times that's what it kind of is. I'm kind of like I don't know, but I do hope the few things that that I do know I can help out. Um, yeah, I'm really excited for the zoo and what they're doing, what the future has for them, and there's a I just really feel as though the zoo is going to be the reason why a lot of things come to Fresno. I believe that the zoo is going to be the thing, the catalyst. There you go, that gets the eye of some of these other entertainment companies to go like, hey, yeah, the people want more. Um, if any of you, I mean, if it's not if you're not into that, you're right, the zoo or Playland, Storyland. I've always been very much an advocate of like, we got the mountains, go to the mountains. We got Kings Canyon, Sequoia. Yosemite is a bit of a further drive, but that area is cool. And then Shaver Lake, I don't know what mountains those are. They're not part of Kings Canyon or Sequoia or Yosemite. I'm not too sure. But there's also Shaver Lake, that all of that just going to the mountains I love. One thing that I've noticed when we've gone up to the mountains, especially over here in Kings Canyon and Sequoia, is that uh, when I'm walking around with the kids, we'll hear people from all over the world, literally all different languages of people going to the mountains to go see some of these trees that for us, like sometimes for the kids, they're just like, all right, whatever, like it's here. But I've tried to tell them like there's people that have traveled across the world to come see these trees that are just about like an hour and 10 minutes away from us, and we can come pretty much like as we want freely to just like, oh yeah, there it is. A lot of people come to see, especially like the General Sherman. That's, I believe, the General Sherman is the world's biggest tree. Yeah, it's all in our backyard. Like that's a thing where I'm like, this is just our backyard right here, where people are traveling across the world to come see our backyard. The General Sherman is, I believe, the biggest tree in the world by volume. It's not the tallest. I believe the tallest one is some redwood tree. I forgot the name of it, but the General Sherman is the biggest tree by volume on the planet. So, and we just got it right here. We have the nation's Christmas tree with the General Grant also in Kings Canyon. That's a nation's Christmas tree. There's the Sentinel tree, which is right close to where the General Sherman is. I think we've got like, I think we got like five of the biggest trees of like, let's say if there's like a top, might be top 10, might be top 15. We got like five of the biggest trees in one area alone. There's the grizzly giant. If you're going towards Yosemite, that's another tree that's ginormous. And then of course the ginormity and just the awesomeness of Yosemite Valley, like Yosemite and Yosemite Valley. That whole area is just amazing. And then the small little towns that you see on the way to Yosemite, like Coarse Gold, Oakhurst. I love those two little towns. They are Oakhurst is not so little, but those places, there's just so much to see even as you're trying to get to these places. There's I'm trying to think what else in Yosemite, but even just the history in Yosemite. Um, would I be willing to climb Half Dome? Yes. Yes, I have. I want to. So there's a video when I kind of first started this channel in 2020, and I went to go as far as I can up to Half Dome. I didn't have a reservation, or I think that there's like a lottery that you have to enter to be able to climb Half Dome. I didn't enter that at all. All I was trying to do is get as far as I can before having to have like a reservation to actually climb Half Dome. So I got all the way up to Subdome. Uh, that was a crazy hike. That was one of the craziest hike. That would be like my number 2 craziest hike I've ever done before. There was another hike that I did that was before the channel, and I kid you not, I thought I was done. I thought there was no way I'm gonna make it back to where we were, because I was I was I don't know how I was still alive after that hike, and it was the hike up to um, Pear Lake in Sequoia. Uh, I kind of made that hike again, I believe last year. I kind of did the hike. I didn't go through the hump. If you're going to go to Pear Lake, don't go through the hump trail. Don't do it unless you're like a crazy awesome hiker. Don't do it. I don't, if I would do it, I myself, I would do it just to have the satisfaction that I finally did it, right? But I do not recommend anyone going through that part of the hike because that is just, oh my gosh, the craziest trail that I've ever done in my life. I was not in the best shape of all, also, number one, but it's just when you're on that trail and you're just looking up at an incline like that, and you're just like, oh my God, and it keeps going and it keeps going. That was the one place. Uh, you did Yosemite Falls? Like, oh, what? Yeah, Yosemite Falls is a crazy hike. I've never done Yosemite Falls hike, Hurig, but I've seen videos, I've seen the trail leading up to that kind of thing, and I guess any hike out of the valley floor is just insane. Going up to towards Half Dome, when I was doing that, just the part of even getting to, I think it's Vernal Falls, right? Yeah, even just to that first part of the falls, it it gets you. It is crazy. I don't know how. I've seen videos of like there's kids that are going up to Half Dome, right? Like I don't know even how people do that. Just like, oh yeah, this is cool. I took Yason for that hike when we did the looking at waterfalls in Yosemite, and I only took him to Vernal Falls because I wasn't going to do that to him. Like even that alone was like a little bit questionable. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this to him because it's pretty crazy. Um, Hurig and Base MDLO says 4 hours up to the falls, or 4 hours up to the falls, or all round trip. Um, I Yeah, I'd say 4 hours up, 4 hours down, but I would even say, man, if you're gonna do that, maybe give yourself 5 hours to go up, and then 5 hours to come back down. Yeah, big ups to you, Hurig. Like very big props that you did that. That's a hike that I've been really wanting to do, very bad. Uh, El Capitan, uh, Half Dome, Yosemite Falls, all of those are hikes that I really want to do. But oh man, like those are tough hikes, like very tough hikes. Jason and I did the valley floor loop, not in one hike. We broke it up into like 3 different hikes because I think I don't know how long actually, the whole valley loop trail is a very, very long trail. And I think it took us like four different hikes. We did so Jason and I did a trail from the very east side of the Valley Floor Loop, and it was to Mirror Lake. So we hiked all that to like the furthest back that you can hike into the Valley Floor, and then that took us a while, huh? Yeah, and then we did like the front half of the trail, and we had only maybe gotten we only did like maybe a third of that, where then I told him like, all right, like let's head back. Let's just cut across and then we'll head back to do that. And then we went back again. So I think it was three different hikes that we did the full Valley Loop trail in Yosemite. And that's supposed to be for the most part all like flat ground kind of, or that's what I thought it was going to be, like for the most part all flat ground, because we're hiking on the valley floor, the floor loop. That's all. We're not climbing up, trying to get out of the valley floor. No, it was pretty crazy, right? There was some pretty crazy moments in that hike where it's not just flat ground. It takes a while. Hurik said it was so hard. I was covered in mosquito bites. No way, sunburns, and I kept falling every 2 seconds on the way down. Yeah, see, like that's another thing where, yeah, Jason. Oh man, when he gets bit by mosquitoes,
it's always a bunch.
It's a bunch. They leave like welts on him. It looks like he just got done playing paintball. They're just like everywhere. I always feel so bad. That's another thing where sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do that, because if I put myself into a situation like that, if I put myself in a situation of a hard hike, I'm putting myself. I'm the one who put myself there. Very different for the kids, right? I always try to like, man, like I never want to put them in that situation if I don't have to. There is things where like I've told Jason like, hey, we got to do the Yosemite Falls trail. And I know it's crazy hard. I know there's very sketchy parts of that trail, especially if you try to go down to to see the actual waterfall. Hurig, I don't know if you did that. Did you go down that like sketchy trail part where it's like very small and you have to like go down and I don't think there's any railing, right? When you go down to that part, once you get down to like, it's almost like a switchback. Once you get down to the actual fall thing, there's like a railing there. But initially, when you start to go down, there's no railing at all, and it's just very slim trail. It's fun. I love sketchy trails. Well, the sketchy trails are fun. But yeah, that's something where I'm like, I always try to keep in mind, right? Like if I put myself in some certain situation, like myself, fine, that's me, but ouch. But if I ever have the kids go with me, I'm kind of like, I try to be very cautious about that, because although it is their choice, right? If they want to go, but it's also at the same time, it's not really their choice, because I'm like, are you going to do it? Oh my gosh, yes, Hurik said that she did it. It was so scary. I ended up calling Chris, like crying because I was miserable. Like the views were beautiful, but yeah, this hard thing is not letting me see thing. But I was not happy. My coworker said, "Oh, it's not that bad." Oh no, it's bad. It is scary. It is bad. It is tough. Oh, I completely believe you. That's a trail that, whoo, man, scary. Even Half Dome. Half Dome is pretty scary. I want them to do it with me too. And that's another hike that like it is scary. Just recently, I believe this year, someone passed away. No. I looked back on Instagram and ended up on Hurik said she looked back on her Instagram and ended up taking 9 hours to do it. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy. If I were to do, not if I were, when we do the Half Dome hike, it's gonna take a couple days to do it, because we're not, yeah, you'll do it too. Because the reason why, if you look back at that adventure, it was I think the video is called Climbing Up to Half Dome, or It's something like that, climbing
Clickbait,
up or
clickbait.
no, well, no, because or I think I put trying to climb up to Half Dome because that's another thing. I never really try to like do that clickbait thing. I don't. Uh, but I think on that one, it's like trying to climb up to Half Dome or Subdome or climbing up to Subdome. Uh, when I did that hike, when I got just halfway to it, my legs were done. Like, I kid you not. After the part when I got to Little Yosemite, the whole way hike there and back was literally myself pushing, 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 pushing. I now looking back at it, I should not have done that. I honestly should not have done that.
When you got back to the car, you should have just went.
Yeah, I got back to the car also from that hike. So I started, I think, like at 5 something in the morning, and I think I didn't get back to the car till I think it was like maybe 3 o'clock. So, or I think it took me like 10 hours, and I hiked 22 miles that day. Um, the part that sucks is that you park in one spot, and then I still had to do a nice hike to the actual trail, and then that's when the trail begins. So then once you're done with the hike, you're done. You're not done, right? Because you're already down, but then you're like, man, now I still got another mile to hike actually to the car. That was, man, that took the like any type of anything out of me, just knowing like, all right, I'm done, but like I'm not done. I should have stayed. At least I should have stayed for about an hour and a half in the car. I should have just relaxed. But in my mind, I just wanted to get back home. Like, I just want to get back home. I just want to get back home. Um, I don't remember getting back home. I
You
don't
don't?
remember the drive. No, I don't remember the driving back home from after that subdome hike. I got back, and after I'm like, I don't know how I got back. Very scary, actually, after thinking about it. And that's one of those moments where I've always been like, I never want to get to the point where I think I'm okay, right? But I'm actually not okay. And that was one of those moments where I thought I was okay. I was not okay, not at all. Dave said another option for hiking the Yosemite Falls Trail is to get dropped off in the high country in Yosemite Creek campground and hiking one way down to the valley. That's what he did. That's a good idea too. I've heard of that. I've seen people do that before, where they take the tram, right, the bus. That's what people take. They've done that. I've seen people do that at Glacier Point, and then I've seen people do that also for Yosemite Falls, that they'll get dropped off like higher up. So if you just want to get that cool view of the falls, and like you're already up there, and so then all you got to do is kind of like hike down. That's another great idea. So then you're not just completely like just gassed
What was
by
it?
the end of it.
What was that one hike that we did where Nick was able?
Oh
He said
yeah.
it wasn't. It wasn't tiring. It was my toes.
So that happens to me though too. On some of these hikes, my toes is what starts to hurt, and it's just because as you start like you start going down on these hikes, and a lot of people don't talk about it, but going down is actually harder than going up. Like Kurik said, when she was going down, just fall, 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 fall. It's really tough. It's tough also for your knees. But a lot of times, what happens to me is that my toes, the top of my toes, hurt like very bad actually.
Like
And
after, like pretty much after every hike, it's like the top of like my nail.
yeah,
Right?
top of the nail. Yeah. So I'm assuming what I'm feeling, Jason also feels the same thing. And it's, yeah, the top of your nail that just hurts. And I'm assuming because you're going down, your toes just keep hitting your shoe, like the top of your shoe and the front of your shoe, because you're trying to not have yourself fall so much. So yeah, that's what happens to me a lot, that my toes hurt really bad. And then also my knees are just done. Um, yeah, those, if you want to get those views of like, man, I'm up here, and because you could drive up there yourself, right? You can drive up to like Glacier Point and then just get the view. But I guess if you want the thing of like, but I want to hike also, not just stand there and then like, all right, let's go. Um, yeah, take the tram up there, park at the bottom, take the tram up to the top, and then hike back down. That's a good idea. what we did one time, another hike that you can go check out is when we hiked Sentinel Dome. It was Craig, Jason, and Noah. Philip was like, I'm not going to do that. But that hike, we parked at the top, almost close to Glacier Point, and then we hiked up to Sentinel Dome, which is a much easier hike to do. It's the Sentinel Dome, right? It has the name Dome, and you're like thinking, man, it's going to be a crazy hike type thing. It's not crazy at all, actually. If you do the Sentinel Dome like loop type of hike, it's not that long. The reason why it took us longer and we did more, I think we hiked 8 miles, I think is what we did. It's because we started where we started at the Sentinel Dome, like trailhead. We hiked up to Sentinel Dome and then we went back down and then we hiked to Taft Point. And the reason why I wanted to hike towards that way is to see the fissures. Fissures are some crazy huge cracks in the rock. So that's what I wanted to go see. And then also President Taft at the time when he was president went to that spot right there to look out into the grandeur, the awesomeness of Yosemite. I was like, hey man, I want to go check out
I think
Taft Point.
I'm not too sure if this is true or not, if this is the right president, but I think President Taft got stuck in a bathtub before.
I don't know.
Fun, maybe true little fact.
Fun, random fact, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll check that out. I'm not too sure. There was another hike I did where I started actually at like 5:30 in the morning, and it was to Dewey Point. And I did that. That was kind of scary hike actually, because I like to hike by myself also, and I like to hike when it's very dark. So at that time when I was hiking in like it was dark, early morning, no sun. Jason threw me a catch up. Yeah, I hiked from that spot. I think I forgot there's a meadow. There's a meadow there that I stopped. I forgot the name of it. So I think it starts with a G. And I went from there to Dewey Point. The thing is that I was trying to get back home before the kids got out of school, and I accomplished it. I did it, but I was so on that hike I was just like go 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 go. But that's kind of how I always am on these hikes. I have to really be conscious when I take the kids, like, hey, break, hey, take it easy, hold on, because when I go on these hikes by myself, I just keep going. I just keep going. I just keep going. I don't stop. I don't stop. Honestly, I think that's what kind of messed me up on that Half Dome hike, is that I did stop. As weird as it might sound, that you took a break, that's what messed you up. Marley is bored. I think she's telling me, all right, dude, enough with this. Yeah, as weird as it might sound, I think the part that messed me up on that Half Dome hike, Half Dome hike, was that I took a break. And that's because I think I stopped for about 15 minutes and my legs were, walking. And then I think they just got cool. They got cold again. So then when I started with the same type of intensity of like, all right, let's go, that's where it felt like my legs were toothpicks. Like I couldn't bend them at all. I was just like walking like almost like a penguin. Like I could not bend my legs. Any type of bending in my legs that I did, I just had cramp, like the craziest cramp from my thigh all the way to my ankle. My ankle was tensing up, was cramping up. So that's something I was trying to say. That yeah, if we do that Half Dome hike, it's gonna be a couple days. I'm not just gonna do that hike in one day. So it would be hiking up in one day up to Little Yosemite, stay there, and then the next day hike up to Half Dome. And then I think like coming back down, we can do that in one day. That's not a problem. But oh yeah, that was a crazy hike. Those were my two craziest hikes, I think, going up to Watchtower. The first time, I have a video of me going up to Watchtower. That's why when I got to the top of Watchtower, when I recorded it, I wasn't expecting anything to happen. Like I wasn't expecting me to have any type of reaction other than like, oh, cool, I'm here. But once I got up to that spot on that hike, I kind of like a bunch of emotions just came on me because I was like, I did it. Like, I can't believe I did this. And it's also because we've gone to Tacopa Falls. And when you're down there at Tacopa Falls, you see, I call it Rhino Rock. That's what I call Watchtower. But when I've looked up there, I'm like, I want to climb that rock. I want to go to the top, the very top of that rock. Um, so yeah, being able to finally do that after the hike, like 2 years before that, maybe 3 years before that, where I just almost, maybe I am very close to it, where like rangers would have had to come and get me because it was that bad. Just to get up there, yeah, all those emotions came flooding in of like, I can't believe I made it up here. Like, this is crazy. And the craziest thing too is that I made it up there much faster than I expected. It took us a long time to get up to even the spot of where we did. So then when I got up to the watchtower in that short amount of time, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm already here. Like, this is insane. But yeah, that was awesome. Crazy hike. I think my scariest moment, kind of scariest moment, actually, I had two scary moments while hiking. One of them was when I was hiking in Sequoia, and it was up to Little Baldy, and it had just snowed. Like, literally that night before it snowed, and I went out hiking the next day in the morning. And when it snows, some of these trails, this trail is like on a hillside, right? So you'll do switchbacks. What happens when it snows? Obviously, the snow accumulates, so it makes the path and the trail look maybe wider than what it is. So when you step on a part of the trail, you could be stepping on nothing, like it's just snowing. Whoosh. So I made it up just fine. It was coming back down when I thought I was stepping on ground, solid ground that was the trail, but I stepped on snow that was off the edge of the mountain, like almost a cliff. It wasn't a, I guess a cliff would be right, sheer drop. This was more like a little bit like that. So I stepped on a part that had no ground. It was just incline. So I fell. Half of my body was off the edge of the trail, and the only way that I had gotten a hold of anything was I don't know, that just randomly happened to be right, like, man, but there was a root of a tree that was right there. That's what I held on to, and it was this way. So I held on that way, and half of my body was off the edge of the trail. And I remember just like that happened. I grabbed on quick, and it's like all these things, like all at once, like boom, 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 like think. And I remember like thinking, okay, relax. I got a grip. I have a hold onto this root. Like, just hold on, catch your breath. You're fine. You're good. Don't try to struggle and like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna fall. Like, and grab. No. Like, I don't know how, but yeah, I was like, okay, I got a grip. Just wait, catch your breath, relax. So I did that, and then I was able to somehow pull myself back up to the thing. And I remember just like, wow,
Do you
man, I
think-
almost fell.
Do you think you still could have gotten to the car if you fell?
If I think so.
Because it goes up, so you could have just gone around, right? I don't know
No,
how it works.
like down. No. That was, so I was on like the last part of that switchback. So if I would have fallen on like a couple on the switchback before then coming down, or the one before then, I would have just slid down to the next part of the trail, whoosh, onto that switchback. Okay, I'm good. I was on the last part of the switchback that was just boom, now mountain down. So I just would have slid. Shh. Oh, the ghost. So yeah, that was a pretty crazy moment where I. It's just those. I don't know how. Just boom, boom, relax. You got yourself. You're good. And yeah, I made it back. I did. I think after that had happened, because obviously I wasn't recording. I think my phone was about to die, or maybe I didn't record any of it at all, because I think my phone was like at 10% when I started to come back down of the mountain. I did 2 videos that day. I did the hiking up and stuff, and then I think, oh, it was our 6 month review of YouTubing. It was barely we had hit 6 months of making videos, so my phone was like done. I didn't even have a GoPro, so I didn't have like another camera where that's what I would record that, so I could still save phone battery. I was like last bits of my phone juice, so yeah, I don't even think I recorded any part of it even after the fact that I did of like, hey, look, this is where um, I almost fell down the mountain. Another moment was in Yosemite, and that was when I like to go off trail hiking, right? I like to get lost, not lost, right? But I like to I like to get in there. I like to get into the mountains. I like to get into the woods and find my own way. So that's one of the things that I did over in Yosemite. I was like off trail hiking. We'll find a way. I'll find myself way back. And then as I'm walking around, I'm like, cool, I got this. I saw deer that were in the area. And then I thought, okay, the deer, they're not running. They're just chill. They're eating. Like, so I think with a bear, we're good. We don't have to worry about a bear. I mean, you always got to worry about a bear, right? You're in the mountains. But at that moment in that area, I was like, I think we're good. Like, I don't have to worry about that. And then I kept walking maybe 2 minutes. And then I saw a bear. It was like covered by kind of like a tree. There was a river, and there was a bunch of trees in the area. So then I went in the video. You'll hear me go, "Oh my gosh, there's a bear!" But in the video, yeah, I came around a tree and I see the bear, and I had the camera on me. So, and I wasn't even quick enough. I'm not gonna lie. In that moment of seeing a bear, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, let's make sure I get the bear on camera." First, I was like, "Let's make sure nothing's gonna happen to me." So I didn't record that part. Um, and I tried to like, shut up, don't say nothing. I didn't try to make no noise. The thing that not saved me, right? Because it wasn't going to attack me. It was that the bear was on a log that had fallen across the river, and it's mine. I was downwind from it also, but the bear was preoccupied with crossing over that log over the water. So its mind was just on like, I'm going that way, away from me too. So um, that's why I wasn't too worried of like, oh my gosh, like it's gonna come to me, just because it's I felt as though its mind was like, I'm trying to cross the river, I'm downwind. So again, just thoughts and moments that I'm like think, and just yeah, that was a scary moment because I did not see that coming at all. I did not hear nothing coming at all. And that's one of the moments. There's another moment actually. It wasn't too scary because it was a deer, but that was another moment where it made me realize, right, um, that these animals are very stealthy, way more stealthy than you think. And just because it's a big animal doesn't mean like, oh, look, I'm going to see it. One time in Yosemite, the same, Jason and I were looking at a smoldering pile of ashes because there was a prescribed burn that they were doing. Um, and we were just very intrigued by, again, I get very intrigued. I get interested in the smallest, the simplest things. And we're looking at the burn pile like, whoa, like that's cool. And then we literally turn around and there is a deer, a buck right behind us, just staring at us. And it was like a good 8 feet away from us, I think.
Maybe closer.
It was like right there, and it wasn't like a little juvenile type
Pretty
deer.
big.
The dude was huge, and we didn't hear him. We didn't hear a crack in a branch. We didn't hear a single thing at all, and it was just crazy to me that something that big could sneak up on us like that. Um, yeah, that was pretty scary, and a lot of people might be like, "Well, it's just a deer." Like, no, first of all,
Those antlers.
those antlers were huge. If if that deer was in rut, we're done. I honestly would have felt like it's gonna try to do something.
Try to get it into the smoldering pile.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't. It was just chilling, just literally watching us. Just turned around and we're like, whoa. Then I walked away. So yeah, those were one of those moments where I was like, yeah, something that big can completely get you by surprise. Um, we saw a bobcat one time.
Oh yeah, I think that
That
was on the same trail.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was the exact same trail. Yeah, the same hike that we did that day. Um, that wasn't too scary, right? Like the reason why it kind of freaked me out at first because a bobcat are smaller, so first initially thought it like, is it a cub from a mountain lion? But then again, it's one of these things where like these thoughts just like boom, 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 right? And like it came to me. It was like I saw it and I was like, no, ears, tail, like, all right, we're good. It's a bobcat. Um, but yeah, I at first thought like, is that a cub, mountain lion cub? And then if it's that, like, yo, we're going back. We got to go back the other way. Like, I guess now because we were close to the end of the hike
It was like right there, and then just right there.
and so there's the Pohono Bridge, I believe. We were close to that bridge, and that's where almost like that's where we had parked too, right at that bridge, and that's where we started our hike. And that's the most west part of the trail in the Yosemite Valley floor that you can hike. So we parked at the very end of that. That's where we were going, and just a little bit more, like we would have been right there. But because the bobcat was right there, I was like, I first initially thought though, if it was a mountain lion with its cubs, like we're doing the hike all the way back now. Like we got to go back,
Or go back,
um,
and then
or cut somehow. But yeah,
there was a road right there, so just
yeah, there was a road. That's right. Yeah, um, yeah, that was another moment that was it, but it didn't like freak us out.
yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
When I first saw it, it was weird because it was like small and it was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It sucks because a bunch of these moments that those things have happened where it's like think quick, like boom, boom, boom. I haven't gotten them on camera because I don't know, my mind not really so much at the moment is let's get that. It's more like let's make sure that we're okay. Especially because he's with me. If any of the kids were with me in those moments,
Some YouTubers could learn a lesson. You, you gotta make sure you're safe before like
make sure
filming
you're safe
something.
before you try to get the shot. Make sure you're safe before you try to get the view. Yeah, that's been my thing. I don't care about catching some of these moments on camera. I need to make sure that I'm okay. Actually, I need to make sure that first they're okay and then I'm okay. I've always told them before anything happens to you, it's going to happen to me. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you. So that's one of those things where I'm not really worried about getting the shot when these crazy things have happened. I'm like, no, 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 no. Jason a bit earlier had said that our neighbor told us about there's a trail going up towards Yosemite. It's not in Yosemite, but it's right after you pass Oakhurst, and it's called Corlew Falls. I called it Cirque du Soleil Falls just because the way it's spelled. Again, I'm an idiot and I like to call things weird things and all that stuff. So I call it Cirque du Soleil Falls. It is not called that at all. It's called Corlew Falls. We hiked not the not like the part where you just hike a little bit and you're right there at the falls. We hiked at the Lewis Creek Fall, like the very beginning of that. That's where we started. So if you start from there, which is like at the bottom, then you hike up to the falls, and it's a pretty crazy hike. It first starts off like pretty good. You're like, all right, this isn't too bad. But then you start climbing and hiking where it's like, and the crazy thing is that our neighbor Nick was like, "Oh yeah, it's an easy hike. Like we do it with the kids all the time." I didn't keep in mind that it's Nick and that his family are extreme. So it was not an easy hike at all. After the fact, when we got back, I was like, Nick, you lied, dude. That was a crazy hike.
Okay.
That was a hard hike.
I will be honest, it wasn't like at the time. I think I was pretty tired, but it wasn't like, like I'm gonna die. It was my toes.
Yeah, those were hurting for sure. But there's a part where if you want to go down to the falls, you have to like
the
a
rope
rope. You have to
thing,
go down a rope, and then of course once you go down the rope,
you gotta go back
you
up.
got to go back up. So you're like, oh man, like I got fun hike, but crazy hike. And then also, he didn't say this, but there's a sign that says, watch out for mountain lions. I was like, okay, nice.
There were a bunch of people there.
There was a
Still.
bunch of people there. Yeah. But still, I mean, there's just that one moment where you could be. So there's a lot of people at the falls. There's a lot of people at the part where that's easy part, right? That it just leads down to the falls. Boom, you're there. There's hardly anyone that starts at the very beginning of the trail that hike the whole way up. That's one of them where yeah, that was a crazy hike. That was another hike that I won't tell you where it's at just because it's kind of frowned upon to not go the way we go, but go the way we went. So when you initially go on the way that we initially went on the hike, the first spot way that we went, it's I don't know. Maybe I could actually I don't even know. So it's the hike that we named our own waterfall. I don't know if that waterfall actually has a real name or not. I looked up on Google everywhere. There's no name for the waterfall. I looked up on Google Maps, Google Earth. There's no name for this waterfall at all. So we called it Dude Crew Falls.
Dude Crew Fall.
Yeah, Dude Crew Falls. But we named that waterfall. That's what I say. We named that waterfall. We have a waterfall named after us. Not officially, not at all. But the way we got there, you can hike that way. There's just a part where it's like, don't do that type thing. So yeah, that's why. So I just say where, right? So there's it's called Brown's Ditch. Okay. Don't hike on the Brown's Ditch. Don't hike on it.
Because it's full of brown.
Yeah, you're not supposed to hike on that at all.
And now
So
we can get arrested.
it's a ditch. It's a waterway thing that has a walkway over it. You're not supposed to hike on that at all. Hey, thanks, Noah. I appreciate it. Dude, Noah, how's it going? But don't hike on the Brown's Ditch. Don't do it. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't hike on the ditch.
Watch like 36 videos pop up.
We did not hike on the ditch going there. We didn't do it. So once you get to the end of that trail, kind of, because also the ditch ends, but then the trail kind of keeps going, right? Thanks, Noah. I hope you do like the hiking videos. I love making them, even though sometimes, many times, all the time, I'm like, but I promise you, I have the most awesome time doing the hiking videos. But we didn't hike on the Brown's Ditch going there. We didn't do it. Okay. The thing is, I go on Google Maps and I literally randomly look at random spots, random areas and go, hey, what's that? Or hey, I want to see what that looks like. So in this area, I saw that there was a waterfall, pretty cool looking waterfall from Google Maps. I was like, man, that looks really awesome. I want to go hike. I want to go check it out. So that's the waterfall that we found that we named Dude Crew Falls. When we got to the end of the hike, there's no trail to get to the waterfall. There's no trail at all. So I looked at the map over and over and over and over and over again just to make sure I know where I'm going because I knew we were gonna hike. We were gonna hike off trail. I was like, okay, we're gonna do off trail hiking. This was one of them where I knew we're gonna go. What is it? Noah asked if we can go to Spencer's in Fashion Fair Mall. Yeah, actually, that's a fun one. I love that. I love we can go to Spencer's and they have Hot Topic. For some reason, I thought that Hot Topic and Spencer's I thought that was two Spencer's in Fashion Fair Mall, but I don't pay attention. It was Hot Topic then Spencer's. But yeah, I like that idea,
We should
Noah.
also go to the secret underground bowling.
The secret underground bowling in Fashion Fair. Noah, have you seen that? There's a bowling arcade thing. It's like you have to go down some escalators in Fashion Fair, and there's a bowling alley, and they have an arcade. That's another place that we quickly. Yes, Spencer's is very inappropriate, so we have kind of checked that out a little bit. But there's certain things where I will show, but there's a lot that I don't show on there. It's more like, hey, look, here's Spencer's, and then I'll show like the kind of the shirts, maybe a couple mugs, and that's about it because there's a lot of very inappropriate things there at Spencer's.
A lot of YouTube no likey.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll check it out. But there's a lot of stuff we won't show, so it'll just be like a hangout at the mall, another hangout at the mall adventure. Um, but yeah, when we found that waterfall, it was like, okay, that was one of those. If I'm alone and I put myself in that situation of off trail hiking, I'm putting myself in that situation. Um, Jason was with me on that hike, so I was very, very cautious of
Getting caught.
not getting caught. No, it wasn't that. It was getting lost. I didn't want to get lost. If I get lost on my own, if I get lost on a hike that I decide to do on my own, that's on me. I could live with that. I could live with that's it.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you, crew. When I go on these hikes, whatever hike it is, I have the mindset of
I could die.
this could be it. Like this could be my last hike. I'm not trying to get like that morbid type of thinking, right? I'm not trying to go into that thought of that. But I feel like sometimes if you get too comfortable into like nothing's gonna happen, sometimes that's how things happen. So I always go into any hike that I do as in like, okay, this could be my last hike that I'm doing. Um, so I can come to terms with that if I do that on my own. The part where I kind of like even more make sure that I am uh, paying attention to a lot, being a lot more alert with things is when I take the kids with me because now it is, of course, their choice. But it is, uh, I'm the one that's putting them through that, right? So, uh, yeah, those are the things that I always keep in mind that when we went to go, you can't hear me, Noah? Can can you hear? Can you hear? That was yeah. My volume's good. Maybe by accident. Maybe by accident you put a. Or did you mean you can't? Well, now Noah said yeah. So maybe the volume's back. Maybe by accident something was pressed. Okay, cool, awesome. Um, but yeah, when I take the kids on the hikes, that's where I'm a lot more alert, and I always try to make sure I have a lot more bearings. Um, because again, although like it is their choice for them to come, but also I kind of put them there in that situation. So uh, eh, maybe Noah pushed something by accident. Maybe that's why. Jackie said she could hear me. Um, but yeah, on that hike when we went off trail, um, I kept making sure, like I'm looking back, I kept making sure that I remembered how this looks in front of me, and then how and this looks in back of me. There were certain things we put on the way, like okay, this is right here, like the stick I put right here. We can look back. There was another part where it was like a little gully that we kind of hiked up. So I was like, okay, we keep up on this thing. I know to come back, we just
There was
go on that.
also kind of like a straight shot, sort of.
Kind of like a straight shot. There was a point where we kind of had to go around because I wasn't sure, like, okay, now we can kind of see the waterfall, but I want to get to it. But we would have had to cross over some water, but some certain way it was too dangerous to cross over that way. So then we had to find another way. And we got to a point where we got to the river crossing where I thought, like, okay, I think we can't get across. But we found a way across. I think we threw a couple rocks down or something like that. Or no, that was a log or something, a couple logs that were in the way. That's how we crossed over. But yeah, just always, my bad, always keeping an eye out as we were hiking off trail. Like, again, if I get myself lost, that's on me. But I don't want to do that. If I take them, I want to make sure that,
or anybody.
well, or anybody, yeah, not just them, right? If anyone goes with me on a hike, I want to make sure.
And then when you get lost, you're gonna be like, "Man, you're stupid."
Yeah, you're like, yeah, well, my bad. I have done that quite a bit of times where I go off trail hiking like on my own. I've done that a few times with them. Yeah, that was another moment where it wasn't scary. It's not a scary moment, but just a moment of like, okay, we're doing this. No asked if we can go to the Chocolate Wishes at the Sierra Vista Mall by the movie theater. Yes. So I wanted to go in there and check it out. When we left the movie that one night, so we went to the movies. When was that? Last week. It was last week, I think, on Thursday.
Or
Is
was
when
it this week?
No, it wasn't this week. It was last week,
Oh, wait,
and I'm pretty sure it was on. Yeah, it was on Thursday when we went to the movie. Yeah. So it wasn't even this week that we had gone. It was last week. Just so you all know, I have about 7 videos that are still going to come out. Um, Today I recorded the construction update at the zoo. Tomorrow will be Angry Chicks food review, and then on Monday will be our hike at Big Stump, and then after that we have um, I had someone that I met at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo that.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That was Marley. She likes to. There she is. Hi, Nana. There's a dude that I met that does barbecue, and I told him, hey, let me know when the next time you like smoke tri-tip, and I want to do a food review. I will give you a heads up. Sorry, that's Marley hitting the table, shaking the camera or the laptop. I will give you a heads up. The barbecue was, and I'm going to be honest. Like, if there's a place that we're going to go to and it's not good, I'm going to be honest and say it's not good. I didn't. I don't want like a handout, right? I don't want someone to give me something for free. First of all, especially because, and not that he was going to, but the reason why, like, I don't like, if, like, let's say he were to say like, hey, I'll give you tri-tip for free, like I'll give you a plate for free. Like, no, dude. Like, he's trying to make a business, right? That's his business. He's trying to make money, and I don't want to be taking away from that. So um, we paid for it, and also because I can give you a complete, honest review of wherever we eat. So, and why I didn't record the movie is because you're not allowed to do that. No, I didn't want to get in trouble. So if I were to record a movie and then post it on YouTube, I can get in trouble by YouTube. I can get in trouble by the movie theater, and I can get in trouble by the production company that I recorded the movie. So that's,
said you get a fine.
The fine is $250,000. I don't have $250,000 to pay. Oh, Toby on too. Are you getting tired? I think we're getting close to cutting this live stream off. We're almost at 2 hours, so much longer than I
2
thought. Yeah, we were only going to go for 1 hour, but all of you just kept giving me awesome ideas. All of you kept watching. I've seen you guys are still hanging out with us, so like, I didn't want to cut it short at all. Yeah, it's just, those are some crazy moments. I do want to hike off trail from Big Stump, where we started this hike that'll come out on Monday. From there, I want to go off trail hiking all the way to the Grant Grove. I don't want to take no. I've done that before. I did that hike before, That was a crazy hike as well. I was completely gassed at the end of it, but I did do that before. Is I started at Big Stump, went to uh, Hitchcock Meadow, yeah, Hitchcock Meadow, and then up to Viola, and then Ella Falls, all the way to where was it? Sequoia Lake Outlook, and then to the Grant Grove. I did that. That was a crazy hike. That was very long. But this time I want to go completely off trail. I want to find my own way from Big Stump all the way to the Grant Grove. Over the years, I've been looking at the map a lot to see like which way I can go. And all I'm trying to do is just a straight shot whoosh, right there. There's certain parts where, I'd have to maneuver around and stuff. But yeah, that's a trail that's not a trail. That's an adventure I want to do. I would do that on my own. That one for sure, just because it's not like part of a trail where I'm going off trail. It's the whole entire hike that I would do. That's completely off trail. So that's one of those where, yeah, I would do that one on my own because if I get lost, then I get lost. I put myself in that situation. But yeah, I'm not to be like that morbid type of right, but I always understand that any hike that I do could be the very last one that I do. So in my videos, you'll see me a bunch of times where I have the camera on me, but I'm not really looking at all of you. I am looking around a lot.
I think you addressed this in
I did
the
address
hiking.
this in Monday's video. You'll see it, but just a heads up. In these hiking videos, when I have the camera right there and I'm not looking at all of you, it's just because I'm scanning all around. I'm looking behind me. I'm looking beside me. I'm trying to pay attention to everything that is around me. Whether it's a trail that I know very well, like Big Stump, I know that trail extremely well. There's a big surprise. Big surprise. To me, it was a huge surprise. Yeah. That I was like, what the heck? I'm very glad that I have about 3 videos of that trail with that stump thing. Oh, the pup. With that, my bad. With that stump thing, you'll see what I'm talking about on Monday's video. But I have like, is there someone? I don't know if someone parked in front of our house or sorry, crew. Who is it? Okay. Well, crew, we're gonna leave you right here. Cool. Wolf, wolf. Yeah, but thanks for hanging out. All of you are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And bye.